Let's get right to it with our quick start questions. Hands on your buzzer, students. Here we go. Start with a math question. If a pen and pencil set costs $2.50 and the pen cost $1 more than the pencil, how much is the pencil? That's St. Joseph Alex. No. If a pen and pencil set costs $2.50 and the pen costs $1 more than the pencil, how much is the pencil? And time is up, 75 cents. Spell naivete. That's San Benito Robert.
Aivity?
No. St. Joseph, anybody? That's Victoria.
Naivete.
That's correct. Another math question. In what number base does 1 plus 2 equal 10? And time is up. The answer is 3. Another math question. Solve for the unknown. 6.5f equal 14 minus 0.5f. All right, St. Joseph, Sebastian.
F equals 2 and 2/7?
No. Same to do anymore? And time is up. Just 2 equals 2. Name the state that borders both, or not just both, name the state that borders Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and New York. That's San Benito Hector.
Delaware?
No. St. Joseph, anyone? All right, Victoria.
Connecticut.
That's Vermont. The central cavities of bones are filled with a substance called what? That's St. Joseph, Victoria.
Yeah.
Correct. What two metals from the alloy white gold form the metal? What two metals form the alloy white gold? That's San Benito Hector.
Silver and gold?
Correct. Who was Bram Stoker's most infamous character? St. Joseph, Victoria.
Dracula.
That's correct. How did Lawrence of Arabia die? And time is up. In a motorcycle accident. And finally, among the defenders of the Alamo was which former member of the U.S. House of Representatives? And time is up. That was Davy Crockett. That wraps up our quick start questions for today.
Masterminds is supported in part by Navy Army Community Credit Union.
So after a quick start, St. Joseph has the lead 30-10 over San Benito. Before we go any farther, let's meet our judges here. Once again from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Please welcome Dr. Megan Burke, Associate Professor of History and Graduate Coordinator in the College of Liberal Arts, and Dr. Noreen Rivera, Assistant Professor in the Department of Literatures and Cultural Studies. Our judges, give them a round of applause, please. Before we get to hot topics, let's meet the team from St. Joseph Academy. We'll start on the end with Sebastian.
My name is Sebastian. I am in Masterminds and in the chess club.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hi, I'm Victoria Savarte. I'm the captain. And this summer I participated in Girls State where I was elected city attorney because I do want to be an attorney. And I also participated in a top 3 STEM camp at Rice University. So I love the law and I can't wait for the season to go on and
Fantastic.
see what it holds in store.
Welcome.
My name is Alejandro Lee. I'm a sophomore and I enjoy playing golf and playing the piano.
Terrific. Welcome the team from St. Joseph Academy here in today's Masterminds. All right, St. Joe, it's time for your hot topics. 3 questions about current events. Don't need your buzzers. You're playing by yourself. Take the first answer we hear from the team. Okay, here we go. Authorities in what state believe they have found the body of Mariah Woods, a 3-year-old girl who was missing for more than 5 days?
South Carolina.
That was North Carolina. Name the former Florida State head football coach who is taking over at Texas A&M, earning over $75 million in the next 10 years. And time is up. That's Jimbo Fisher. After President Trump's tweet saying, "I had to fire General Flynn because he lied to the Vice President and the FBI," who claimed to actually write the tweet? And time was up. It was his attorney. Donald Dowd was the guy's name. All right, so we stand at 30 points. Now let's meet the team from San Benito. We'll start on this end with Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm the captain of the wrestling team. I'm the member of the jazz band and the president of BPA Chapter 2.
Terrific. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Hector Hernandez. I am part of my high school's tennis team and social studies and science honor societies.
Welcome.
I'm Jason. I'm a sophomore, and I'm
compete with Business Professionals of America. I raise market rabbits for my FFA chapter, and I'm sophomore class president.
Terrific. Welcome to the team from San Benito in today's Mastermind. Good to have you all here. All right, San Benito, time for your hot topics now. Again, 3 questions, current events, playing by yourselves. Don't need your buzzers, okay? Take the first answer we hear. For the first launch of the new Falcon Heavy rocket by SpaceX, which is headed to Mars, Elon Musk says the cargo will be a car made by his company. What car would that be?
Tesla.
That's correct. Then you get to play David Bowie on the stereo. Name the actor who played Gomer Pyle, first on the Andy Griffith Show, then on Gomer Pyle USMC. He died recently at the age of 87. And time is up. The audience says Jim Neighbors, that's right. What ABC News investigative reporter was suspended for 4 weeks without pay after making an error in his report about the Michael Flynn investigation? And time is up. That was Brian Ross. So our score after the first round stands at St. Joseph 30, San Benito 20. It's time for a break. When we come back from the break, we'll meet the teacher coordinators. We'll do quick picks. We'll do the grab bag round. That and more. Masterminds continues right after the break. Welcome back to Masterminds. Great crowd here for today's game. Glad to see it's such a nice audience. Let's meet the teacher coordinators from the 2 schools. We'll start with St. Joseph Academy. Victoria, you're up.
Well, this is Miss Science. She's a great supporter of our team, and she's standing in for Miss Davila today, and that is our moderator. So.
Fantastic. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And San Benito, Hector, your turn.
This is Janice Buitron. She is the economics and government teacher at San Benito High School, and she has been the sponsor for the Masterminds team for the past 24 years.
Amazing. Fantastic. Thank you for being here once again. We appreciate it. Our teacher coordinators who help the students get ready for the game. All right, students, time now for quick picks. We're going to show you pictures on your TV screens. We'll ask you questions about each one. Everybody's playing, so you do need your buzzers on this. Here we go. This is a bust of Alexander the Great. Was Alexander a Turk, a Roman, or a Greek? That's San Benito Roberts.
A Greek.
That's correct. When vacationers in Cancun go to the beach, in what body of water are they swimming? That's St. Joseph Sebastian. I'm sorry?
Rio de Janeiro.
No. San Benito Hector.
Copacabana Beach.
No, it's the Caribbean Sea. This object is an example of what shape? That's St. Joseph Alex.
Dodecahedron.
That's correct. What president is shown on this $1,000 bill? St. Joseph Alex. No? San Benito, anybody? Ring if you know. All right,
McKinley?
Hector. I'm sorry?
McKinley.
No, that's Grover Cleveland. This is the Legislative State House in Vermont. In what city will you find it? And time is up. That's in Montpelier, Vermont. It's considered to be the father of Texas. Who is the man depicted? That's San Benito Hector. No. Depicted on the statue from Belleville, Texas. That's St. Joe Alex.
Stephen Austin.
Yes, that's correct. In the piece of music shown here, what does the wavy line next to the letters TR mean? That's San Benito Robert.
Trill.
Yes. This city in Vietnam was once known as Saigon. What's the city's name today? That's St. Joseph Victoria.
Ho Chi Minh City.
That's correct. This is the home of the man dubbed the King of Rock and Roll. Who was he and what's the name of his estate? San Benito Robert. And?
Elvis Presley. No, I don't know.
No, St. Joseph didn't want to try. And time is up. Elvis Presley, the name of his estate, the second part of the question was Graceland. This drawing represents the face of the first early modern human. What term is used to describe these humans? That's San Benito Hector.
Homo sapien.
No. St. Joseph, anyone? And time is up. Those are Cro-Magnons. Cro-Magnons. And that wraps up our quick picks for today.
Masterminds is supported in part by Navy Army Community Credit Union.
After quick picks, St. Joseph in the lead 60-40 over San Benito. That means San Benito, you get to go first in the grab bag round. Dr. Burke has 3 envelopes from which to choose, 1, 2, and 3. You can choose whichever one you'd like.
1.
Number 1 it is. You got 60 seconds to answer the 10 questions related to the category issue, okay? Don't need your buzzers. Take the first answer we hear. If you don't know one, say pass. If there's time within the 60 seconds, we'll come back, okay? Category you've chosen is gas. G-A-S, gas. That's all we got to go by. You ready?
Yeah.
What term means the conversion of a liquid to a gas?
Transpiration.
No. What is approximately 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% argon?
Earth's atmosphere.
Yes. At twilight, the sky is still blue due to the presence of what triatomic gas?
Nitrate?
No. Discovered in 1868 in the sun's spectrum during an eclipse. Its name is related to that fact.
Corona?
No. Protium, deuterium, and tritium are isotopes of what element?
Hydrogen?
Yes. National safety experts say owners of older cars should be on the alert for defective muffler and tailpipe equipment, which could cause death by what kind of poisoning?
Carbon monoxide.
Yes. As an atmospheric gas, is nitrogen explosive, inert, or unpredictable?
Unpredictable.
No. Coal, oil, and natural gas are mainly made up of compounds of hydrogen, carbon, and what?
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Coal, oil, and natural gas. No, time is up. We don't have time to repeat it. How many did we get correct? 3 correct. Let's go over the ones we didn't get. The conversion of a liquid to a gas is evaporation. At twilight, the sky is still blue due to the presence of ozone. Discovered in 1868, the sun's spectrum during an eclipse. Its name is related to that fact. That was helium. An atmospheric gas of nitrogen is inert. And coal, oil, and natural gas are mainly made up of compounds of hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. All right, put you up to 55 points. Now, St. Joseph, it's your turn. Envelopes numbers 2 and 3 remain. You can choose whichever one you'd like.
2.
Number 2 it is. All right. Same thing, 60 seconds, 10 questions. Pass if you don't know, okay? Your category is animal, mineral, or plant. Kind of like the old 20 questions game, right? Animal, mineral, or plant. Okay? I just want you to classify each one of these items, okay? Here we go. Salt.
Mineral.
Yes. Coral.
Animal.
Yes. Butter.
Animal.
Yes. Gelatin.
Animal. Animal.
Animal, yes. Glass.
Mineral.
Yes. Linen.
Plant.
Yes. Nylon.
Plant.
No. Paper.
Plant.
Yes. Rubber.
Plant.
Yes. Turpentine.
Mineral.
No. And that's all of them. 8 out of 10. Well done. The ones we didn't get are nylon, which is a mineral, and turpentine, which is a plant. Never seen a plant of turpentine, have you? Okay, but that is nonetheless. All right, up to 100 points. 1 envelope remains. Nobody chose envelope number 3. Let's see what category you wish you would have or glad you didn't choose. This category that nobody chose, we're all going to play on this one, is names the same. Many words in our language have multiple meanings. Name these. Okay, so we're all playing. Need your buzzers. Here we go. It's used in a sport and also names a flying mammal. St. Joseph, Victoria.
Bat.
Yes. It's a measure of length and also characterizes a conference of teams in a sport. Time is up. League. It is what you might elect to do to a motion or topic according to Robert's Rules of Order, or it describes a piece of furniture. Time is up. Table. The word's the same, a British professor or to put on clothes. Time is up. Dawn. It could be a bird, an insect, or a contest for scholars. Time is up. That's a bee. What word can refer to a machine that presses cloth between rollers and a system for dividing and measuring civil time that can be Julian or Gregorian? Time is up. That's calendar. To a student, it means to strain in mental effort. In a billiard parlor, end of that was going to be rack. Glad you didn't choose that category, right? All right. So our score stands at St. Joseph 110, San Benito 55. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for art and music. Each question worth 20 points. Masterminds continues right after this. Your minds, it is San Benito and St. Joseph Academy in our round 1 competition today. St. Joe in the lead, 110 to 55. It is time for art and music. We're going to start with top art. These questions are worth 20 points apiece. We're going to take a look at a piece of artwork and ask you to identify the artist or the work for 20 points. The artist or the work. And time is up. That's Renoir, Auguste Renoir, La Loge. We have another for 20 points. That's St. Joseph, Victoria.
Van Gogh.
That is Van Gogh. Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh. Well done. 20 points puts you up to 130. Now it's time for music. And for this, we want you to listen very carefully. Identify the composer or the work. Again, for 20 points, the composer or the work. All right, San Benito, Robert.
Strauss.
No, it's not Strauss. St. Joe, anybody? All right, Alex.
Brahms.
No, this is Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky. This is Symphony number 5. One more now. Again, listen carefully. The composer of the work, 20 more points. All right, time is up. That's Ponchielli. That's Dance of the Hours. So we got 1 out of the 4. The score is now St. Joe 130, San Benito 55. We're going to take a break. We come back. We're time for the final stretch. We'll see which one of these teams is moving on to the next round of competition. Don't go away. Welcome back to Masterminds Round 1 competition today. St. Joseph Academy 130, San Benito 55. It's time for the final stretch. We're going to ask questions till that final buzzer rings. Whoever's leading at that point moves on to the next round of competition. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go. Malathion, diazinon, acephate, and carbaryl are all types of what? That's San Benito, Robert.
Carbons.
No. St. Joseph? All right, Sebastian.
Gases?
No, they're insecticides. If the altitude of a cylinder is the same segment as the one joining the centers of the 2 circular bases, what adjective is used to describe this cylinder? That's San Benito, Hector.
Radius.
No. St. Joseph, anybody? And time is up. Right. It's a right. A country's merchant marine is not measured by the number of ships it possesses, but by the total space within the hull and enclosed deck space on each ship. What is the word for this measurement? And time is up. That's tonnage. What is removed during a nephrectomy? San Benito, Hector.
Kidney stones.
No. St. Joseph, anybody? Ring in. Time is up. Just the kidney itself. Of the 4 types of bases in DNA, 2 are purines. What are the other 2 called? Time is up. Pyrimidines. Not every state that's home to a Pac-10 football team actually borders the Pacific Ocean. Which landlocked state has 2 schools in the Pac-10? All right, San Benito, Hector.
Arizona.
That's correct. Shira, Kibo, and Mawenzi are volcanoes located in what country? That's San Benito, Hector.
Indonesia.
No? Hey, Joe, anybody? And time is up. Tanzania. They're the volcanoes which make up Mount Kilimanjaro. What animal has English naturalist Peter Scott given the unofficial scientific classification Nessoterus rhomdopteryx? And time is up. That's the Loch Ness Monster. Franz Hals produced a famous portrait of a cavalier. What, according to the title of this painting, is the cavalier doing? And time's up. He's laughing. It's the laughing cavalier. What linguistic term is reserved for 2 or more words in different languages that share a common ancestor, such as
Cognate.
Robert. Sorry?
A cognate.
That's correct. How many planes of symmetry does a cube have? That's San Benito, Robert.
6.
No. St. Joe. All right, Victoria.
4.
No, it's 9. What did coal mines traditionally use to monitor concentration of poisonous gas? And time is up. Canaries. When a canary died, that was time to get out. A furor was created in England on Christmas Day 1950 when a famous object involving the history of England and Scotland was stolen from Westminster Abbey by a group of Scottish patriots. What famous object? And time is up. The Stone of Scone. And what year did Congress pass the first GI Bill, granting funds to veterans to continue their education? All right, San Benito, Robert.
1952.
No? Say, Joe, anybody ring in? Nope, time is up. 1944. Americans sat in line for hours at gas pumps paying exorbitant prices after the oil embargo in 1973. Why did the Arab countries cut off the oil to the United States? That's St. Joe, Victoria.
The Persian Gulf War.
No? Sam, do anyone? Time's up. The U.S. had supported Israel during the War of Yom Kippur, during the Yom Kippur War. Listen to the following words of wisdom. Wealth, like happiness, is never obtained when sought after directly. It always comes as a byproduct of providing a useful service. Name the American industrialist who said it. That's San Benito Hector.
Henry Ford.
Yes, that's correct. Who is reputed to have said, "I must decline your invitation owing to a subsequent engagement"? And time was up. That was Oscar Wilde. During World War II, what was the term that referred to the war effort in the United States by civilians? And time was up. That was the home front. In Greek history, what is Phidippides known famous for? Time is up. Running 100 miles to tell Athenians of Greek victory at Marathon. The only ones to sign the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776 were Charles Thompson and who else?
John
San
Hancock.
Benito Hector.
John Hancock.
Yes, that's correct. On a clear day, Calais, France can be seen from which natural landmark in England? That's San Benito Hector. No. St. Joseph, anybody? All right, Victoria.
The Cliffs of Dover.
Except that, yes, the White Cliffs of Dover. The Australian Parliament consists of what two houses? And time is up. The Senate and the House of Representatives. A line passing through the midpoint of a chord of a circle, always, sometimes, or never, passes through the center of the circle. San Benito Robert.
Never.
No. St. Joe, anybody? All right,
Always.
Sebastian.
Always.
No, it was sometimes. Need the third team, right? This type of animal skin is sheared and processed to resemble beaver or seal. It's used in coats and is called mutton. It is made from the skin of what type of animal? That's San Benito Robert.
Sheep.
Yes. How much more playing time is there in a pro basketball game than in a college game? San Benito Robert.
5 minutes.
No? St. Joseph, anybody? No NBA fans? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I told your holiness that I was no painter. Which artist, then better known for his sculpture, made this humble apology to Pope Julius II while painting what was later considered to be one of the triumphs of Renaissance art? San Benito
Michelangelo.
Robert. Correct. Math question. What is the sum of the solutions in the equation x cubed minus 16x equals 0? San Benito Robert.
0.
That's
8.
correct. That's it. Correct. Find the efficiency of an electric motor which has an energy output of 42,000 joules and an energy input of 70,000 joules. Find the efficiency of an electric motor which has an energy output of 42,000 joules and an energy input of 70,000 joules. And time is up. 60% efficiency. Ores containing which metallic element have been used to give a blue color to gas? Glass. And there's the bell signaling at the end of our game. Didn't quite get it in time. Our final score is St. Joseph 140, San Benito 125. That means St. Joseph be moving on to the next round. I want to congratulate all the students for a great game today. It was a lot of fun. Thank our judges here from UTRGV once again, Dr. Burke and Dr. Rivera. St. Joseph will see you in the next round. We'll see you at home next week for another exciting competition of Masterminds.